Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Bradley here, and it's time for the BuffRadio.com Entertainment Wrap-Up presented by Buff Boy Brewing Company.
JB's Entertainment Wrap-Up.
Brought to you by BuffBoyBrewing.com. For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature rise, and you'll surely feel naughty when you swallow their coffee. Shop Buff Boy Brewing's premium collections of coffee and tea at BuffBoyBrewing.com. Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough buff. Here's what's making news this March 20th. All right, sit back, everybody. It's a long segment today. It's the news we were all expecting. The Bachelorette has been canceled. You heard the news yesterday. But for us in entertainment reporting, we knew it was only a matter of time before ABC buckled, because they would have been under fire for airing a season of a dating show in which its lead cast member has a criminal record for domestic violence, and in a development Thursday morning, the violence caught on tape. As we've been talking about all week, Taylor Frankie Paul, that's a woman, can't get over her ex, Dakota Mortensen. I was going to say it's hit or miss, and now that we've seen the video, we know that it's literally. A few days ago, when TMZ reported there was a violent incident between the couple on video, I said it was only a matter of time before they got it and posted it for the world to see. And on Thursday, just days before the Bachelorette premiere, perfectly timed of course, we saw the video in which Paul attacks Mortensen and throws metal chairs. One apparently struck her 5-year-old kid. Police have been called several times since that 2023 incident, most recently as February, when local authorities confirmed they were investigating a domestic violence incident, though they would not elaborate because it wasn't a matter of public safety. I'm going to disagree. Based on how unhinged Paul is, kind of think she could be a danger to society. Nevertheless, it's likely the last part that of that video that had her ordered to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. Plus, Utah Division of Children and Family Services is investigating what's been happening, and Paul could be in more legal trouble. Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill said, quote, "We requested the police report so our prosecutors could evaluate how those new allegations may affect the case for which the defendant is currently on probation," end quote. In other words, Paul could be in violation of her probation. Following the 2023 arrest, Paul pleaded guilty to a felony and was put on probation for 3 years. If she does not break the law again, which is yet to be seen, 4 other charges, including domestic violence in the presence of a child, child abuse, and criminal mischief, will be dropped. Aside from speaking in word salad circles like she did for the press rounds of The Bachelorette this week, Paul has put out a statement through a rep, and it kind of, points fingers and blames. Quote, "After years of silently suffering extensive mental and physical abuse as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor is finally gaining the strength to lift up a chair and throw it at someone. She's finally gaining the strength to face her accuser and taking steps to ensure that she and her children are protected from any further harm." She has a bunch of kids, one from a previous ex-husband. Releasing an old and selectively edited video on their son's birthday is a reprehensible attempt to distract from his own behavior. There are too many women suffering in silence as they survive aggressive, jealous ex-partners who refuse to let them move on with their lives. Again, she hurled multiple chairs at the guy and hit her own kid. Those aren't allegations. She did it. It's on video. Anyway, the statement, I'm not here to judge, but I'm judging. The statement concludes she is currently exploring all of her options, seeking support, and preparing to share her own story. So let's just stop there. She's seeking support and preparing to own and share her own story. She's preparing to own and share her story. That statement, just from a PR perspective, is not owning it. It's not owning it. That's spinning and pointing fingers. Anyway, let's move on. I said it's going to be a long one today. So after all this, Mortensen has sought a restraining order and sole custody of their son. I should note, the kid she hit with a chair is from a previous marriage. Anyhow, Mortensen filed for a protection order on Tuesday following the ongoing violence between the exes as recently as last month, or at least that's the one that we've heard about. In the filing, he uses the words chaotic, frightening. He's also released a statement saying, "As anyone who has seen the video will understand, this is a deeply upsetting situation. I am unfortunately used to these baseless claims about me and our relationship, which I categorically deny. I am focusing on our son and his safety and hope that Taylor will do the same." As for ABC's response in finally canceling the show after insisting it was plowing ahead with Paul doing the press rounds this week, the network buckled after TMZ posted the video. It said, quote, "In light of the newly released video just surfaced today," I should point out this was evidence from a previous legal matter, "we have made the decision to not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family," end quote. A rerun of American Idol will air this Sunday instead of The Bachelorette. Also cancelled was Paul's appearance on The Tonight Show. Obviously, canceling a primetime show is expensive, but for a show like The Bachelorette, where they work on contra deals a lot of times, right, essentially giving free products and services in exchange for promotion and airtime, ABC could be on the hook for over $50 million, according to sources. Plus, the abrupt cancellation has led to immediate layoffs since production teams, editors, producers, crew are no longer needed. It's estimated that each episode of the show costs $2 million. Factor in, again, hotels, excursions, flights, other activities, all the booze they consume. It totals tens of millions in losses, and the infighting at ABC and Warner Brothers Discovery is just beginning, we hear. Of course, there's the financial hit, but also the embarrassment that the Bachelor franchise is once again, I was going to say has a black eye, but is once again caught up in a scandal that involves its cast's past. After previous questionable characters on the show, it was said background checks and screening were stepped up to ensure people would not be put in danger. So how did a violent woman with a criminal record make it through? That's where the finger pointing is going, because there's one report that producers were caught off guard. Then we heard, as we talked about earlier in the week, that ex-Mortensen had approached producers multiple times to set off red flags. In fact, there was even a claim that he was asked to participate in the season, but it did not happen. An insider at ABC said there will definitely be firings over this scandal. And that is a check of your celebrity headlines for this Friday, March 20th. I'm back next week right here on the BuffRadio.com Entertainment Wrap-Up presented by Buff Boy Brewing Company. Till next time, I'm Jeremy Bradley.